In the previous video, we looked at the menus that we'll be using in level 1. So those were our bank accounts menu, our bank accounts module, our nominal codes or our general ledger, and our transactions menu, also known as the audit trail. In this video, we'll look at entering some opening balances. Before we do this, one thing that we need to make sure is that our software date matches our financial year. So if you look at the bottom right corner of the software window, you will see you've got May 2020 as your financial year, and we've got the current date at the date of recording of this video, which is 25th of March 2022. We need to make sure that our software date matches our financial year. To do this, we'll go to Settings and change Program Date. Then we'll see a window that is going to ask us to confirm that we want to change the program date. We just click on OK, and then the Change Program Date window will appear. You want the program date to be the last date of the financial year, so that will be the 31st of May 2020. In this case, every single time you close the system and open it again, you have to make sure that that software date matches the financial year that we're working with. Type in the program date and then click on OK. And once you do this, look at the bottom right corner of the software window, and you'll be able to see that now the program date matches our financial year. Okay, so now that we have everything set up and ready, we can enter some opening balances. I've got the opening balances from the tuition notes. And to enter those, we'll go to our nominal codes or to our general ledger. And to start, we'll simply double click on the first account that we have an opening balance for, and that's the motor vehicles account. Once you do this, the nominal record will open, and in the nominal record window, you will see the nominal code of this particular account, which is 0050. The name of the account, which is motor vehicles, and then we'll have the balance box where we are going to enter the opening balance for this account by just clicking on the opening balance little button in the balance box. You'll see what that looks like in a minute. Okay, so once you click on the OB button, the opening balance setup window will open, and in this setup window, you have the reference for the transaction. In this case, it's an opening balance, so it's going to stay as OBAL. Then we have the date of the opening balance, and opening balances are always posted at the 1st of the month. So that's going to be 1st of May 2020. So we always need to make sure that we change that to the 1st of the month. And then the motor vehicles, because it's an asset, it's going to have a debit balance. Assets, expenses, they have debit balances. In our case, the motor vehicle balance is 16,894. So this is exactly what we're going to type in the debit box. Once we do so, we'll click on Save in the opening balance setup window, and then save again in the nominal records window. Now, as you can see, we've got the motor vehicles in the general ledger showing a debit balance of £16,894. Now, we still have our nominal record window. opened. So what we can do is to recall the next account that we have to open a balance for. We can just click in the nominal codes box and then type in the nominal code for this item. Now, what you need to remember is the depreciation account always follows the asset in Sage. So if the asset's nominal code is 0050, then the depreciation for this asset is going to be 0051. So 0051, we'll type it in and the motor vehicles depreciation account will show up. We'll click on the OB button to get the opening balance setup window. And again, we'll open the account from the 1st of the month, so 1st of May 2020. And depreciation has a credit balance because it reduces the value of the asset. Yeah. So the credit balance is for £7,540. So that's exactly what we're going to type in, hit save, and then save again. As you can see, we now have motor vehicles for 16,894 into our general ledger, and then we have the motor vehicles depreciation for £7,540 on the credit side of the general ledger. We still have the nominal record window open, and this time to record the account, we'll use another method, and that's just clicking on the drop-down menu or in the drop-down menu of the nominal code box in the nominal record window. So once we do this, we'll be able to see all of our accounts again, just as we are able to see them in the general ledger. We can click on the next account that we want to open. That's the office equipment account. Okay, so again, we'll click on the opening balance button, and this will open the opening balance setup window. We'll change the date to the 1st of the month, so 1st of May 2020. And then because the office equipment is an asset account, it's going to have a debit balance, and the figure that we've been giving in the task is 15,500. So that's exactly what we're going to enter in the debit side, and then hit save a few times. As you can see, we've got the figure of 15,500 in the background over there. We're going to enter the depreciation for this account, and as I mentioned, the depreciation always follows the asset. So we have the depreciation at 0031. We'll open the depreciation account from the 1st of the month, and the amount is going to be on the credit side because it's reducing the value of the office equipment asset account, and the amount is £6,854 on the credit side. Again, we'll hit save and save again. The next account that we'll be opening is the bank account. So if we type in the nominal code box 1200, this is the nominal code of the bank account that we'll be using. Again, as I mentioned, on level 1, we'll be using 2 accounts to enter transactions in. The first one is going to be your bank current account, and then the second one is the petty cash, and we'll change the name of the petty cash in a minute. So select your bank current account, and then change the name of the bank current account to bank only to match the list that you've been given. Once you hit the opening balance button, it's going to ask you if you would like to confirm the changes that you've just made to this account, meaning the change in the name. You'll just hit yes. And then the opening balance setup window will show up, and we'll just open the balance as we would usually or normally open it from the 1st of the month on the debit side, because our bank is our asset as well. So that's £6,500. Save, and then save again. The next account that we'll be opening is our petty cash account. The petty cash account nominal code is 1230, and we'll change the name to cash account to match our list. And again, once we click on the opening balance button, we'll be warned that we're about to commit to changes. And you just say, yes, I'm aware of this. And then the opening balance setup window will open the account from the 1st of the month on the debit side, £500. The next account that we'll be opening or looking at is going to be our Office Stationery account. Now, Office Stationery is an expense account. So the expenses start from 6,000. So 6, 7, and 8 is where our expenses are. Level 1 expenses, most of them are going to be in the 7,000s. This is exactly where the Office Stationery is also in. So it's in the 7,000s. There are 2 accounts for Office Stationery. Use the first available one, which is 7502. You don't really have an opening balance for this account, or you don't really have to change the name because it matches our list. So we don't really have to do anything with this. We can just move on to the next account that we have, and that's the capital, which is 3,000. Opened balances at the 1st of the month. On the credit side, £25,000, and then hit save, and then save again. The next account that we've got is the drawings, which is 3050. That's the nominal code for the drawings. We don't really have any opening balance in there, so we can just leave it alone. Move on to the next account, which is sales bookkeeping. The income accounts start from 4,000. So you can just type in 4,000 in there, and you'll see sales type A. We need to change the name of this account to match the list that we have. It's sales bookkeeping, so we'll delete type A and replace it with bookkeeping. When you have to rename accounts, that's the only thing that you have to do. Just rename the account and then click save. There are no opening balances. The next account is Sales Advisory, which is going to be the next available sales account, income account, which is 4001. So we'll just enter 4001, the nominal code, change the name to Sales Advisory, and then hit save. Next one is purchases. Now the purchases accounts start from 5,000. Type in 5,000 in the nominal codes, and the first available is materials purchased. So we'll just change this account's name to purchases to match our list, and then we'll hit save. The next account that we have is our rent account. So rent is an expense account. So it's going to be in the 7,000. So the nominal code is 7,100. And the account already matches our list, so we're not going to do anything with it. We can just move on to the next one, which is VAT on sales. VAT on sales is a liability account. So as such is going to be in the range of 2. So if we type in 2 in the nominal code area, we should be able to see all liability accounts. And the one that we are looking for is the sales tax control account. And it's very important that you're using this account when it comes to VAT on sales. So change the name to VAT on sales. The nominal code is 2200. Next one is VAT on purchases, which is our purchase tax control account, which is the next account after the sales tax control. So rename your purchase tax control account to VAT on purchases, and then hit save to confirm the change. The next account is bank charges, which is an expense account, so it's going to be in the 7s. It's 7901. Again, we don't really have anything to do with this account because it matches our list. So we can move on to the next one, which is motor vehicle expenses. It's an expense, and it's going to go under miscellaneous expenses. we're just going to change the name from miscellaneous motor expenses to motor vehicle expenses. The nominal code is 7304, and then we'll hit save. Water charges is the next account. Again, this is an expense account, so it's going to be in the sevens. So water rates, it's 7102. Change the name to match the list to water charges 7 Trent. And then save. And then the final account that we have is our cleaning account. Now, cleaning is an expense, and it's going to be in the sevens. It's going to match the list, so we don't really have anything to do to this account. We can just leave it as is. Okay, we can just close this window. And then the most important thing to do immediately after you open your balances is to complete a trial balance, and you will see the trial balance button in the nominal codes menu. Select the preview, run, select the range or the period, which is May 2020, click on OK. And then, as you can see, this is our trial balance. It shows every account. We've got the nominal codes for those accounts, the opening balances that we have on those accounts, and our debits and credits match. And there is no suspense account, which is very important. You never want to see a suspense account on your trial balance.